What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to do Nightclub issue number 6. This is the last one, special double-size finale from Image Comics by Mark Millar and Juanan Ramirez, if I'm saying that correctly. I hope so. So let's dive in and see if it's actually good. So Danny here is, pondering because the vampire said, hey, you need to kill your parents. If not, we're going to do it, and we're going to kill you with them. And or something like that, because, well, they have two choices, right? They either murder our families and die, or they come here and kill us and our families. That was. But they also find out that they have a third choice, so they decided to come to them and kill them before that happens. That's the big choice. Well, it's not really a bad choice. Actually, it's a good choice, right? So, but they are still, I don't know, walking over the streets, very visible to other people. But the other people think that they are superheroes, right? So they go into the police force and hypnotize the police so that they can help them or something. But then they say, hey, we need stuff from your vault that they got from the white supremacists, and then they want to, let's put the focus here. 50 pounds of C4, right? And many people are, really, really happy to help it. And so, they got it, and they're just jumping from left to right like they're, superheroes. They think they actually are superheroes, although they're just vampires, right? And so they also bring a bolt gun or a harpoon gun with them. And so their plan is to blow up the house where they live in, expose them to sunlight, and, win. Actually, it's a pretty good idea, I think. But there's a big but, right? Art looks good. I like it. Although it's digital, you can see it, you can feel it. But art looks good. So, so they are here, and he says, what do you think happened to the other family that lived here? Same thing that happened to all the other families, I guess. I hate to think how long they've been doing this, driving around from state to state, killing innocent people. And they say, okay, we have to be quiet now because they are setting up the explosives, and they have sensitive ears and they can hear them. So this guy wakes up. I mean, maybe he was awake, but it seems that one of his vampire buddies is, being a troll online, in this typical cancer culture, and you can pause the video. So basically it's just, hunting guys, make them lives miserable, try to cancel them, scrolling through Twitter, find some kind of a tweet, that they liked in the past, like here in 2011, and that, is something that is enough to cancel him, lose his job, lose his wife, lose his family, and even, kill himself. Actually, he is highlighting what a lot of people is doing right now on Twitter. It's disgusting. But yeah. So the big bad guy comes here and says, hey, you need to quiet. And because I heard the ruckus, let's go outside. And so they come out. Oh, yeah, by the way, before we do that. So they hide here. And they have the C4, want to push the button or something. And then Danny here says to this girl, says, hey, I sent you something. Just open it. Is it through email or through phone? Through a message. And he says... but I didn't want you to open it if I don't come back from this. It's going to be fine, Sam. I promise. Oh, Sam. Wait a minute. This is Danny. Is this a mistake? Sam is the other one, right? Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm reading it wrong. So this is Sam. So this is the big black dude. He likes her. And she says, okay, it's going to be fine. I say, okay, he's making a move here. I like that. But then, unexpectedly, the vampires are just coming outside very, I don't know, not in a very big, bombastic way. Pretty, boring. They just walk out like it's a Sunday afternoon. And he says, what the hell? Yeah, they didn't expect that. So, yeah, they are attacking them because, yeah, they're too late, too slow, right? And he was then using the harpoon to kill... Well, not kill, but incapacitate Sam, right? And they're grabbing a girl, right? Cool. And then The big guy is teleporting away, using his mist powers to drag Danny to another place. So they are here. They're gonna have a fight. And I said, yeah, cool. I'm on board, right? And so it seems that she's now here hiding in this house, and they can go nowhere. She cannot get out. And then she's locking herself up in the cellar, but that was a bad idea because Bloody Mary is here. So Bloody Mary is being a little bit hailed like the big bad vampire woman that lives hundreds of years. Where she comes from, don't know. What her powers is, don't know. Well, probably extreme high-level vampire powers. I mean, that's what you have with vampires that lives hundreds of years. And she's lying in some kind of a fluid water casket or something, if I remember it correctly. You know, some mystery around her, right? I'm coming back to this particular piece here with this woman a little bit later. So yeah, Sam tries to, you know, get himself unstuck. But also, so this detonator has battery, and this idiot forgot to put the batteries before, you know, into this detonator before. Why? Why did you just put in the batteries before? What kind of nonsense is that? It's not that you have shotgun shells and you reload the shotguns. Just put it in there, dude. Anyway, going back to Danny and the big guy, which his name is, you know, I forgot. So he wants to punish them. And he says, well, basically he says he wants to kill his families anyway. And he's kind of starting with his mom. I'm going to skin her and turn her into a jacket. What do you think of that? And he tried to mess that out here, but, you know, can't use it because he lost too much blood. But then Danny fights back, and then it seems there's a family living here, and he's talking to this young boy. He says, hey, you need to invite me in because there's somebody who's going to kill me. And he says, this little boy says, hey, are you Stargard from the nightclub? Yeah, that's exactly who I am. And if you invite me over, you can be my sidekick. So the big guy says, well, you have to come out eventually. So then he says, hey, you need to call the cops and all that stuff. But before they can do that, it seems that this little girl is out. Is it a girl or is it a boy? I don't know. But this little kid is outside. And he says, hey, you need to come out of here or this one gets it. You know, ripping it's her head. Oh, it's a girl. I'm sorry. Her head off. Then he jumps in. This looks actually pretty cool. But there is something that I noticed, that I also noticed in other comics, and that is sound effects. Why is there not a big action-packed sound effect, right? It is immersive. You can feel the impact, right? Put a sound effect behind it, like boom or crack or whatever, right? This is just soundless, except that he says, ugh. And it sounds gay, I know. But... so this big dude says, I got you now. Meanwhile, so stupid Sam here is troubled to putting the batteries into the detonator because of the big claws. Well, this old Bloody Mary is talking in some kind of a, I don't know, language that nobody can understand. And she says, hello, beautiful girl. All the den I like to eat, but still so fresh and young. No cholesterol, no nicotine in the blood, kidneys, and liver, all working perfectly. So somehow she says she can scan this girl, which is pretty neat. And she says, come down to the tank, little dear. Don't be afraid. It'll be nice and warm. Oh, man. No, man, she's going to get it, right? But then this fat dude finally put in the batteries and, yeah, the house explodes, right? No sound effect. Also, I think it needs a little bit black in here, you know, to I don't know, just give it more oomph, if you know what I mean. Looks good, but, you know, the black, you know, can highlight or enhance this particular explosion. I'm nitpicking, but, you know, it's all little stuff. You know, there's also no kaboom or whatever. I don't know. Why not? It's weird. Anyway, so these people that lived inside is burning up. And she says, you fucking bastard, I got a little baby inside. So yeah, she has a vampire bait is burning up. And then also Bloody Mary, poof, like that. And I have trouble with that. So, like I said, she is the big baddie. She is mysterious. You don't know where it came from. She's ultra powerful. And then she's gone in a second. Why? Why don't we have, I don't know, a big, epic fight, you know, with maybe 3 of them against her? That would be cool, right? No, she just turns into smoke. Like that. So, all this supposedly danger that was in the comic, in the previous one, is, you know, come to this. It comes to this, and it's pretty, how do you say, unsatisfying, if you know what I mean. And what is it? I forget the word again. Let's move on. Anyway, and so Danny is here fighting with a big dude, and big dude says, you never had a chance against a guy like me. I've been doing this for too damn long, and I'm just bigger and stronger than you are. So what does he want to do? Is he going to do? Is he going to choke him out? I mean, he's a vampire. You can't choke the undead. Anyway, so Danny says, hey, yeah, he's pretty invincible, but not his helmet. So he breaks his helmet. He catches fire, and he says, you're staying in the light. If I'm going down, you are too. I don't care. Come on, we're both going to die. If we head for the trees, we still can get out of this. I think, oh, cool, right? I'll go up in flames. And then he says, no, you're not going nowhere. And then, what is he doing? Does he punch him in the chest? I'm not entirely sure. Does he rip out his heart? I don't know, because I don't see it. Also, no sound effect. No, like a spludging sound or, you know, smudging, you know, the organic sound. Nothing. So this guy's toast. He said, you and me gonna burn. And then the others found Danny, you know, pulling him to the side, you know, into the shadow and the shades. And now this is a little bit weird to me, right? He says, I'm alive. I know. We're just miles away from the nearest hospital. So he needs blood. And then, so the girl says, take mine. It's the only way we're going to need him alive. Going to keep him alive, I'm sorry. Bite my wrist, Danny. Take whatever you need and I'll tell you when it's too much. Are you sure about this? It's the only way. And so he bites her. Now, don't get me wrong, but isn't vampires, right? They are undead. The blood that they have is not fresh because the heart is not pumping, right? So it's basically dead blood. How can you survive on dead blood? Doesn't make any sense. So I guess it's not traditional vampirism, which is a shame because there were some hints that Mark Millar is, you know, doing traditional vampirism with these people, but this is, I don't know, it's plot armor, I guess. Anyway, so he's been sucking almost, well, not dry. Anyway, so the girl says to Sam, hey, give me a minute. And he says, oh, well, okay, I'll be over here if you need anything. I was going to make sure that Gunner's John, oh, that's the guy. The guy's definitely dead. And so, yeah, he looks pretty normal again. And then they make out, right? And he says, what the actual fuck? Yeah, man, you've been cut. Basically, this is the end, sort of. So they make it out alive and they're going their own way now. And so they killed vampires, and also they have told the world that, you know, they're still going to high school or school. And it says they have photophobia because of COVID. And they are allergic to sunlight, and, you know, people buy it. And also hypnotizing people. And because we're the only 3 vampires left in the world. How do you know? But as far as the people know, we're Philly's guardian angels. So yeah, they're still doing the superhero stuff. They have their own, I don't know, nightclub, haha. And they are YouTubers making money, right? Yeah, so then he says, is this vampire story with a happy ending? I guess it happens sometimes. You never know what kind of curveball life is in store. Look at his face. So yeah, Sam says to his bully, hey, Russo, you want to be in my gang? And that is the end of the book. So there's got to be maybe a spin-off or maybe another volume because it's the end of volume 1. I like this ending a lot. So with that, I say the ending is good. I do not like the epic finale between them and the vampires. Like, it's pretty, that's the word I was looking for, anticlimactic. I mean, I was maybe a little bit expecting a little bit more. On the other hand, the decisions that they make is pretty good, you know, blowing up the house and then let the sunlight in and then kill them all at the same time, which is pretty smart. You know, they are basically just wiped out the whole vampire clan, including the big baddie. But, you know, I wanted to see the battle, the big baddie, right? I wanted to see also sound effects. I don't think that is too much to ask. So with that in mind, I didn't like really the finale, although it's, like I said, I've probably done the same exact thing. But this is a comic, right? So comic needs to be, you know, epic and big fights and sound effects and all that stuff. It's not bad. It's not good either, in my opinion. You know, this could have been better, especially with the Bloody Mary thing. Like I, you know, said a couple of times before. I wish there was some kind of an epic battle, maybe between Sam and her, you know, against the Bloody Mary, you know, while Danny is fighting this big guy. That would have been great, right? But yeah, we don't see it because she has fairy dust now. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. I tried to get this one, the big game. Let me know in the comments what you think about this comic, and I'll see you, of course, next time. Bye-bye.